Obviously a pretty big win. How does one feel?
Yeah. I'm still coming down from it. Hell yes is the first thing that comes through my mind. And I just told our team in the locker room, I'm just proud of everything that we talked about leading into that match, just in terms of, the program and the 3 times we played them, this being the 4th over 3 years, and how each one's changed a little bit. And I didn't think our team backed down at any point in that match. And I thought, hats off to Texas. They're a really good volleyball team, and they played really well in that 3rd and 4th set. And I think it came down to grit in the 5th. And I was really happy how we never backed down, even when, things didn't look great, when we had to, have a non-setter in there all of a sudden and people are figuring out a different way to get a hittable ball up over and over and over again. We were problem solving like crazy. And I'm just proud.
All of it. Yeah, just what would you keep telling your team throughout that 5th set as you guys kept coming back together, and especially at the start of that set?
I said, leading into it, take a breath, remind yourself of who you want to be and who we want to be. Remind yourself of what we need to do on every single play. That was one of the things we talked about leading into the match. And I just said we need to go back to the way we were being aggressive in the 1st set. And I thought we did just that. I thought we came out, we were serving tough into space. We were blocking well. We were getting in the right spot. They got a few kills, but we had a tight huddle and we were being a team and doing all the stuff we needed to do. So it wasn't necessarily rocket science. It was go back to playing the aggressive brand of volleyball that we're going to play and stay together and lean in when things get tough.
What maybe didn't go well for you guys in those 3rd and 4th sets that let them get back in the match?
That serving let off a little bit, or it was a mixture of that. And again, they're a good volleyball team. Their passing picked up, and they were able to run their offense a little bit more efficiently. And I thought in that 5th, we were able to knock them off. And even if it's 5 feet, it just allows our block to set up in a better spot. So I think that was probably the biggest difference between the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
It seemed like anytime that y'all started to run, Kendall was involved. And somehow, how much was she a spark plug tonight?
She was huge. And I think, again, like if you watch, and I don't think we do a great job tracking one of the most important skills in the game in reception, but they were targeting her the entire night. And I thought she held up in that skill especially well. And then just offensively, anytime we needed something, she was there. And then one big stuff on that BIC in that 5th set. And she had more than that, but just that's the one that's sticking out in my mind right now when you say big plays. And she was always there when we needed her.
Coach, there was 9,801 in the house tonight. How did it feel to have the 12-man?
Yeah, I was about to interrupt when I stopped earlier, and I didn't mention that. I immediately congratulated our team, and then I gave the crowd a round of applause. And I'm going to keep saying it. The number's amazing, but it's just the amount of passion that they have behind what they're doing. And again, it's tradition here, and it's been going on for a lot of years, but for me, it's my 3rd. And as the number builds, just the enthusiasm builds, and you feel it more and more, and it's more and more a part of the match, and it helps us win. And there's at least 4 times throughout that where I thought a misserve happened because of the way our crowd was getting on the opponent. It makes our athletes enjoy playing this game that they love even more. I've had that conversation since we moved the students over to that side, and we can hear everything going on. But it's huge. And just I was a little worried with it being Halloween. So to anybody that brought their kids out here to trick or treat, and I got to give some props to our marketing team. I talked to Ashley Fowler before this too, but I think they've done a really good job being creative and getting people here. But I think all different segments of that audience. And again, we have students, we have adults, we have parents, we have everything that came, and they all showed up, and they were loud, and they were a piece of it. And I'm so appreciative.
What kind of mile marker is this win?
I think it's big. And obviously, they're a good volleyball program. I wouldn't even say just this iteration of it. And I was talking to Jarrett before the match, and obviously I spent a couple years there. And a lot of the programming, our program building pieces, are things that I learned while I was there. So I've thanked him for it also. But I think it's big that, I think a lot of people fear the logo. And I don't think that's the case anymore. And I think on the national stage, we're able to go stand up and beat them. And a lot of it is the development of the people that were here. And I think that's huge for our program. But and then just in terms of end of the year things and seedings going into the NCAA tournament, that's big. We scheduled in a way, and there's some teams that, haven't had the season that I thought they would necessarily. So we needed some signature wins, and I think that's a big one. But I'll leave it at that. I'll let you guys keep asking some questions.
A lot of runs in that 2nd set. I know it's probably hard to think back to a second set.
No, I remember it vividly.
Yeah, just what did you see from your team that y'all had the resolve to get that one?
I think I said this during the break when TV was on there. This is why I remember it vividly. We subbed in 2 freshmen. And you guys have asked in here about, giving them time at different times and kind of getting them on the floor. It's so that they feel comfortable in that moment, that we're down by 3 points in the 2nd set against Texas, and they can come in and perform in that way. It was huge. And it wasn't necessarily an easy way. Again, When Taryn came in, we didn't have a setter on the floor, so it was a time when people really had to communicate. And if you go back to the beginning of the year when we had all that entire group out there, I think against Baylor in the fourth set, like they were quiet and they've learned to have a voice. And we've talked in this program that seniority is only something that means you have to take care of the younger people, but the people that are freshmen are going to come in here and contribute, and it might be in different ways on different nights. But I thought those two specifically came in, did something amazing. And then again, I'm going to go back to grit. You saw it in the fifth set too. There were chances when we were down by 2 or things like that where we had to come back in that. And at no point did we point fingers at each other. At no point did we give up. At no point did we say, hey, this is too hard. We leaned in and we became more of who we are. And that's the thing I'm proud about.
You mentioned 7 out of setter. Just what kind of went into that and how you feel like you guys did in that kind of alignment?
Yeah, they were attacking Maddie. And there's just one of the ways we're going to, try to be creative and put a bigger block in there. It'd probably be similar in basketball to going big, or in football when you stack the O-line with 5 linemen and 3 tight ends or something along those lines. So it gives us a little bit bigger of a block. And I thought Taryn came in and did a great job. She lined it up the right way every single time. She had a couple good sets when she had to step in and do that, and she played with a lot of poise.
What's just kind of your message to your team with the quick turnaround? And,
Yeah.
Tennessee lost tonight, but still ranked
I didn't
team.
know that. Yeah, you're teaching me things. Well done. Thanks for paying attention. My message was there's 2 teams we have to beat in Orange this weekend. And I planted that seed a week ago, and I said, regardless of win or loss in this, we're either going to go celebrate or we're going to want to go grieve. And either way, we got to make sure we wake up tomorrow and are ready to go battle another really good volleyball team. And I think they're the most underrated team probably in the conference right now. Like, people are talking about other teams, and they don't necessarily, and they've started bringing up their name. But early on in the non-con schedule, when I was looking at their statistics, I was like, man, something's going on here. And I started watching, and they can play the game. So it's another lock to unpick. If we play like this, both skill and grit, like, we're going to be in a good spot.
You had both Mike and Bucky here. What did that mean to have those guys?
It's
in-house
huge.
too?
And I'm going to guess there are probably others. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we have something special going on here at Texas A&M, and it's not just the wins and losses. I think we have a staff and coaches that really, truly support each other. I think there's a sharing of knowledge. I think there's a sharing of enthusiasm. There's a sharing of trying to get people hyped up for each other's games. I think it's happening with our athletes too, and it's something unique and special. And I got asked on some radio show this week, and I'm new to this whole college athletics things, but what I hear from my peers is that's not happening. Mike and I sat down next to each other at the staff meeting on Tuesday, I think, and at times when there were breaks, just having small talk about random stuff going on in our season, or just checking in. And I think people see what we do and they see the matches out here, but as human beings in the middle of a grind. And I don't think that happens in a lot of places where you're getting that much care for each other from the head coaches. And I could be wrong. Again, I'm new to this. But I'm eternally grateful for, sharing the support of getting people in the stands, but showing up and being loud in this too. And I'm probably a very obnoxious fan when I'm in the stands too, so I'm not noticed as much amongst 106,000, but I'll be there out there for Bucky as well in basketball season, Joni and Trisha and everybody that kind of comes through here. And people always, say thank you for coming out to those, but I just want to support those that support us.